Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, your voice of the Octagon, and you're listening to MMA Mental.
We are now joined by Jason Hicks. Jason Hicks will be fighting this weekend at XFC 22. How's things with you, Jason?
Good, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. How's your training gone in preparation for your big fight this weekend?
Training's been going great. It's probably definitely been my best camp ever. So my hardest camp. Between having better training partners, more coaches, better coaches. This is the most satisfied I've ever been with a training camp. Absolutely.
You talk about your training partners and your coaches. Who are some of the people that have helped you get ready for this fight?
My main striking coach has been my coach and training partner for a long time, John Jader. He runs my striking and my primary MMA game. Trainer the black belt jiu-jitsu coach, Casey Calias, and my wrestling coach, who I've also trained with for a while, is Jason Gates. He keeps my wrestling where I need it to be. And one of my main sparring partners, Jeremy Sever, who's also fighting with me. Him and I have been basically beating each other up for 8-9 weeks, and we're both ready. So I'm excited.
That was going to be my next question, actually. How long has your training camp been? Has it been an 8-9 week training camp?
Yeah, I think it's been about 9 weeks.
And basically, everything's gone well. And how's your weight going? Are you looking good for your weight cut for your weigh-ins?
Oh, yeah, I don't. At 55, I don't cut much weight. I was 2 over this morning, so I should be there in the morning, if not now already. So just take it easy. Try not to go too crazy for the day, and I should make weight in the morning. I'm not a big weight cutter.
No, that's fair enough. I imagine that's not one of the most pleasant things with regards to getting ready on fight week. Now, is this your first time headlining XFC?
It is my first time headlining. I'm super excited. It actually helped motivate me through camp, and it's something that I feel good about. I'm proud about it. I've been able to reach that point in my career. So yeah, and I plan to show that excitement in the cage.
Yeah, it must be a hell of a confidence booster to know that a promotion like XFC, which is obviously live on television, and they're putting you in the main event. I mean, obviously it's a fantastic main event, but to be headlining, I mean, to be on the card's fantastic, but to be headlining, does it just get you more pumped for the fight?
It truly does, and not only that, against a top quality opponent, plus you got title contention at stake. It makes for a fun fight, and it makes for a lot of more emotional camp and more emotional fight for me.
Now, one of the things that stands out to me as well on this fight is that, of course, you're both undefeated going into the fight. Does that put any extra pressure on you both, do you feel?
For me, no. It's another fight. I don't really look too much at records. Even if he was 0-3 rather than 3-0, I still think he's a tough kid, and I think stylistically we match up well. So no, I don't. That never really bothers me.
Now, of your 5-0, obviously, I'm going on your resume off Sherdog. You've fought twice in the XFC previously. Interestingly enough, you've got 2 wins by submission, 2 wins by knockout, and of course you've got a split decision. So how would you explain your style of fighting?
I get asked that question a lot. I say that, I prefer to stand up. When I train, I prefer to stand up when I train. I'm more comfortable there. It's what I love maybe slightly more than the ground game in wrestling. But I respect the ground game so much, and I know it needs to be done. So of course I train it, and I try to be good at it too. But if people ask me, I think I'm a striker. I think I'm in my gym. I'm heralded more as a striker too. But as you see on my record, I have more submissions, victories, I think. So, but really in reality, maybe I'm just well-rounded. I don't know. But I prefer to stand. If I had my option, I would wish nobody tried to take me down, and we could just punch each other in the face.
The other thing I wanted to that jumped out to me as well, it was you had quite a gap between fight number 3 and fight number 4. I mean, it was December 2010 to May 2012, so near enough a 17-month layoff. What was the reason behind such a long layoff?
At the time, I had won that XFC fight, and we were, there was a lot of things on the horizon, or we were told that was on the horizon, and then it just weren't happening. I also had some personal issues just with jobs and stuff like that, and we just couldn't get, the XFC didn't have a fight for a year, so I really didn't have that many opportunities, and every time I did have an opportunity, I was running into a lot of different injuries. So it just really just came down to having a bad year, and I had to pick myself up off of that, and try to keep my head up and find better opportunities, and you know, looking back on it sucks, but I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and it's paying off for you now. Obviously, you're headlining XFC, you know, on Saturday, and I think it's fair to say as well, XFC have got a lot of big plans for this year. There's already a lot of things happening with XFC. They've already got more events announced. Does it make you feel a bit more secure now? They've got so much going on in XFC at the moment.
Yes, sir, it does. Absolutely, it makes me more excited to fight for the promotion. It makes me, you know, it makes, because as a fighter, you know, unless you're in the big leagues or you're a big time guy, this career is dangerous, not just physically but financially and in somebody's personal life. So there's a lot of risk at stake. So when you're with a promotion that can give you a little more security that you're making the right decisions, what you're going after, then yeah, it helps.
And I think obviously the more that the promotion puts into you, the more you can focus on your training. And it's a kind of a circle, isn't it? The more you focus on the training, the better you become. And obviously it makes sense and works out better all round, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Now, of your 5 wins, just out of curiosity, have you got a favourite victory?
Oh, that's tough. It probably be the first XFC fight, just because that was my first big fight, my first kind of opportunity to be on a big stage, and it was against a kid that I really respected, and a kid that I wasn't even sure that I could beat. Because you know, I had seen the kid train, we had been to the trials together, and I didn't know if he was a good matchup for me, and I ended up going in there and doing well. So I think that's my most favorite victory, but really, you know, every one of my fights is, you know, I feel special about. So.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you put all that hard work in and you get a victory. It's like it's your reward, isn't it? At the end, it's your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You put all that hard work in, and then it's come back for you tenfold.
Absolutely. It's such a, you put, at least for me, I put, you know, my heart and soul into my training, and then, you know, when you find that success, it's wonderful. It's a big relief off your back.
Now, moving forward and talking a little bit obviously about your fight you've got coming up in a couple of days. You're obviously facing, like you say, Scott Holtzman, and again, he's another very, very good fighter, just like you are. What would you say What would you say your strengths are over his weaknesses?
I think my strengths are going to be my stand-up. You know, now I pretty much have said this for all my fights. I think I'm going to have a speed advantage. I think I'm going to be maybe I've faced some better opposition possibly. You know, but he's strong everywhere. He's strong on his feet. He's obviously strong on the ground. He's strong physically. But I think I'm going to have a little more savviness on the feet and hopefully be able to expose him there. So.
Now, also with regards to this fight, for the repercussions, if you win this fight, how far are you off getting a title shot?
From what I'm told, the winner of this fight gets Nick Newell. So we'll get the winner of this fight will get a shot at the title.
And how excited are you knowing that this is a number 1 contendership fight and you're so close to reaching the top of the XFC mountain and, you know, and possibly becoming the lightweight champion?
It's when I kind of get caught up in thinking about it, it's super exciting. But I tend to bring myself back whenever I do get thinking like that, because the reality is on Friday I'm fighting a really tough guy. And I gotta focus on that first. That's number 1. You know, if I'm blessed to get past him on Friday, then I'll start thinking about that title a little more. But yeah, every now and then, of course, it's, you know, you get caught up thinking about it, or people talk about it, so you can't help but think, you know, get a little dreamy about it. But you know, you got to bring yourself back down to reality and not look ahead what's in front of you. Yeah,
and I think that's a perfect attitude. Obviously, we all know Scott's going to be a very, very tough test, and obviously you can't overlook somebody like Scott. So I want to wish you all the luck for this fight, Jason. I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic main event, a fantastic event to be fair. Before we let you go, Jason, do you want to do any shout-outs? Want to shout out any friends, family, let people know about your Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks to my family, my wife, Tiffany, my kids, my team at MMA, my sparring partners, my coaches, my sponsors, Muscle Farm on it, my managers, my manager, Jared Williams, basically all my friends and family that support me. I really couldn't do this without them, so big shout out to them.
Well, it's been a real pleasure having you on the show, Jason. I appreciate you giving me your time so close to your fight, and I wish you all the luck for this Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'd love to be on in the future.
Yeah, we'll definitely arrange that. We'll definitely get you on in future.
Cool.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Yes, sir.